Right. Hey, I'm awake. What are we doing? Dude, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We're gonna let everybody know that I've been signed to WWE. That's right, everyone. Your boy Mark the Monster. I've officially signed my WWE contract. I will be on SmackDown this Friday. You will not. April Fools. Dude, that's not. I don't think. Why would that not be April Fools? I don't think you were telling a joke. I think you just lied. Joe,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
what's the difference between an April Fool's Day joke and just a lie?
A lie is okay. Here's a lie. A lie is saying Jeremy has $500,000 in the bank account. April Fool.
You got that much money? No, he's saying that's a lie.
A lie.
Pay attention. Oh, okay.
Okay, lie. Now, April Fool is saying Jeremy has $5 million in the bank account and can take us all to WrestleMania this year and next year.
And next year, WrestleMania is going to be in Cleveland. You hear that?
I did hear that.
Yeah, they're going to be in Cleveland. They changed it. Mark, that was an April Fool's Day joke. Yeah. You're a liar. You said, I saw the post. That wasn't true. No, that was an April Fool's Day joke. That was a lie. You big liar.
No.
See, you got them mixed up, Mark.
Yeah.
You know what else was mixed up? What else was mixed up, man? Raw at the Garden. That show sucked.
What you do with the band, girl?
I mean, he wasn't that bad, dude. It was
the opening was bad. The opening.
Well, way to kick it off, Mark. Hold on. We got promo code Peer Plank. And Peer Plank is don't say the F word. Save 10%. Also, merch ad. Go to our merch ad site. You can also start your own, sell your own merch. Public World Order shirt. You can't get it. That's just for me. What else? All kinds of MetaQuest games. Brought to you by all kinds of games. All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know if Mark's wrong. I'm not going to say Raw sucked. Because it wasn't the worst Raw I've ever seen. I've seen some pretty bad Monday Night Raws, that's for sure.
The first segment is up.
Dude, the first segment was absolutely awful.
Yeah. Yeah. That about it. Oh.
Yeah. Break it down, Joe. Give them your thoughts.
Okay. My thoughts.
Everyone can probably guess what mine will be. We'll get to mine. We'll start with yours.
Okay.
Tell me what you thought about Raw. Or just the first segment, however you want to do it.
Okay. I'll say first segment of Raw. It was good. Don't know why Cody was there, but it was okay. It was good. Then when you got Stephanie just coming out of nowhere, and when she started talking, it wasn't like motivation. It was just like a boring ass conversation. They was having a really boring ass conversation. My dad, your dad, this, da da da. Like, okay, it got boring. They wasn't really talking about nothing. It was about a waste of 15 to 18 minutes just hearing nothing that has nothing to do with the
match. Check us out live on Instagram. They are working an amazing game for the MetaQuest.
Yeah. I'll say the only thing that was very important about that conversation with Stephanie and Cody was you haven't faced this version of Randy Orton. This is a diabolical Randy Orton. That was the only good thing that was very important about the whole thing. Then after that, it just went downhill.
Yeah, so I get having Cody at the Garden. In a way, the crowd did cheer Cody at the Garden initially.
Yeah,
There was the initial cheering for Cody.
it was.
So I get that. I do. The crowd seems to genuinely accept Stephanie McMahon now, which is kind of different.
Yeah. She needs an old thing back, though, but it's okay. Yeah.
I had a couple of really big issues with the opening promo, though. First one, like you said, kind of boring. It just much ado about nothing. Just kind of repeating what they keep repeating on SmackDown. We get it.
Yeah.
Cody hasn't faced this version of Randy Orton. However, Cody has faced this version of Randy Orton. Cody has absolutely faced a heel Randy Orton.
Well, Legacy at WrestleMania, what that, 22? No, wait, nah. 27.
So, like, that whole idea that he hasn't, he has. That's not one of my big issues. Very first big issue. Telling Cody he's not his father, and Cody's response, well, you're not like yours. As if that is an insult in 2026. There may be no bigger compliment to pay someone in 2026 than to tell them, you're not like Vince McMahon.
Well, I think I get what he's trying to say.
I get what they think he was trying to say. What they think he was trying to say is, you're not the creative genius that Vince McMahon was.
Yeah.
It's not what anybody hears. It's 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Your average wrestling fan today doesn't associate Vince McMahon with greatness. Now, Tommy Dreamer thinks that Randy was on the phone with Vince McMahon a couple weeks ago on SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw that. That's I mean, that's a pretty cool idea, though. It's a great idea to do that.
I did see an April Fool's Day joke going around that Vince is going to be the one to induct Stephanie into the Hall of Fame. It was an April Fool's Day joke. However, I believe that could be possible.
It's possible. I mean, it can't. It shouldn't be Triple H. That just because it's her husband. If you really want to put Stephanie in there, I would do Shane or Vince. Just because, hey, they both are the main ones that been around longer than Triple H and been there right by her side. So I'd definitely be one of them two, Shane or Vince.
I think Shane's a better decision. However, I think if Shane does the induction, you stand the potential of a very serious problem. I think if Shane does the Hall of Fame induction, the crowd may chant AEW.
I don't think so. Nah, I think they passed the AEW. Shane going to AEW. I think they done with that by now.
You would think so.
Yeah. So,
but I think it's still a possibility. I don't know what you get if Vince does it. I don't know what the reaction is if Vince does it.
I'm thinking like this. It disregards personal issues that's going on with him right now, and just have him induct his child into the Hall of Fame. That would be like a special moment. Like, hey, daddy, daughter, dance. He giving her the last dance, passing everything on to her. So that'll probably be a good reason to do it. If you disregard outside personal. But I get people can't do that in today's society, and that's probably gonna be the main downfall of it. And so you would have to either pick Shane. I wouldn't do Linda because Linda definitely wouldn't work out. Triple H.
Linda's too involved in politics. She can't do it.
Yeah, and Triple H, it'll just be like hubby introducing wife. That ain't gonna have no good feel to it. You need somebody that's gonna make it feel exciting. And I'll definitely say Shane.
Yeah, Shane would create some excitement, I think.
Yeah.
My other major issue with the segment.
Oh, slap.
Slap.
Yeah, slap. Wow.
How do you feel about the? I mean, Cody even mentioned in the promo. Randy Orton did things to her that couldn't be done in WWE today.
Yeah.
But then she's able to slap Cody. So, what are your thoughts on the WWE? Because it's not all wrestling; it's WWE. That a female talent can put their hands on a male talent, but not the other.
I say technically she's not a wrestler. She's I don't know what you want to call her, backstage person. So she could slap him since she probably got that clause that she can't be touched. But if you look at the other way, if she was able to slap and be touched, then yeah, she should get a hand. He should have did something to her at least. I don't know, push her down. Just be on the safe side instead of just taking a slap. But right now, I would say, like you said, early 2000-ish to the 15. Yeah, you definitely could put your hands on a female. But now, I guess they don't want to do that. What's a good way to put it? They don't want the little boys to grow up thinking that they can put their hands on the female. So
I get it.
that's why.
I get it. But that doesn't mean you should be teaching little girls they can put their hands on boys.
Yeah. That's the number one rule. Girls can hit boys, the boys can hit girls. It's been around since we were little kids, and they still go by that motto.
I disagree. I'm equal opportunity, Joe.
I know you is.
I am equal opportunity.
But that's why I just say, but I say this.
I have a 100% absolutely zero tolerance for any form of discrimination.
Yeah, but I think like this. If Cody did.
Don't Say the F-Word podcast is equal opportunity, and so are these.
Hey, let's just say this. Let's just say if Cody did slap McMahon, Shane. I mean,
in that moment, he lost all sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah, he lose everything. He lose everything. Like, you could say it was part of the script, but that would get replayed over and over, and he would probably his little vodka.
I'm just saying.
It'd be gone.
The Stephanie McMahon getting to freely smack dudes in the face, and there's no repercussions, is a tired trope that has no place in pro wrestling in 2026. I also don't think the biggest babyface in the business has a reason to be speaking about Vince McMahon in a positive light on TV in 2026 either.
I copied you, kind of, but I kind of get it right.
Girl, you can't do cursive. Sorry, you'll never learn how to do cursive. Sorry.
I can.
So sorry.
They showed it.
She could do cursive.
They showed it.
Okay. Here we go. So here we go. They can't see it, girl. All right. So here's her version of cursive. Write my name.
That looks like my handwriting.
And now here's my handwriting. So, yeah.
Looks exactly like it.
Yeah. So Yeah.
Who's signing it?
I ain't gonna sign it, girl. Now back up.
Wait, let me show you how I just do it.
You can't do nothing.
Well, let me show you how I really do it.
All right, let's go.
Let me show you.
Get the butt out. Go.
Come on, here, John. Like on
Okay.
that.
Right.
Let me show you.
Oh, girl, we'll sell this later. But yeah.
Dude, what else from Raw talk about?
Okay.
We both agree opening segment sucked.
Okay. Next, the Usos. I didn't know who it was when that music hit. Tell you the truth, I really didn't know who it was. I didn't know who it was.
So let me ask you: is the Yeet movement dead?
Yeah, we're gonna go back there.
Go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to school April 13th.
April 13th. You got it. Yeah. Good turn, back on. We gonna fight, kid.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when the music hit, I was just like, who just coming out? Then they came from the entrance. They didn't come through the crowd. So yeah.
I think it was a logistics thing. I just think at the Garden, there's no easy way to get them through the crowd. That's what I think.
Yeah, I looked around the crowd, and the only way it had was it wasn't good and narrow. It would have been bad, the Garden.
Yeah, I just think there's just no good way to do it for them. I don't think the eating's gone. I don't think they're not going to do that entrance. I think they're absolutely going to do it. I think they're absolutely going to do it at Mania. I just think that at the Garden, it was logistically a nightmare to try and get them through the crowd in a way that would work, so they chose to just do a different entrance. That's what I think.
Yeah. But,
Now, RAI creative team, division to win, and division win. With the help of ISO Speed.
I saw that.
So what happened next?
Okay, I say that match would have been. It would have been good if. What's a good way to put it? ISO Speed. If ISO Speed actually got in the ring and cost them the match, not just putting the brass knuckles right there on the ring and try to slide away like oops. That would have been better. But he hit LA Knight with the brass knuckles. Well, Logan Paul grabbed the brass knuckles trying to get it from his mom. Then ISO Speed trying to be like the good guy, like, no, don't do it. And he got the brass knuckles from Logan Paul. Then he accidentally hit LA Knight with it. Then I don't know why he could just dropped him right there on the floor and walked away. But he decided to take him off and just drop him right there on the ring. Now you know when you're seeing that happen, that's when I like, oh, they definitely about to lose the match. Then what else was there? And then what was it? Austin Theory. He got the double kicks and everything. And then when he went out, Jay went out for the suicide dive to get Logan Paul. You could tell he wasn't doing it full force. He really stopped before he got out to the ropes. So right there, you could tell they're going to lose.
Do you think it was the right decision to give division tag titles?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes because they'll probably carry the belts. They'll probably defend the belts more than the Usos because Jimmy it's almost that time, so he definitely gonna be taking time off. So Yeah, that was good. But then no, because they really ain't got that much tag teams on Raw, and the Usos like one of the best ones to probably
I
hold
think
the
they could
belt.
build a tag division around the division. I mean, there's some options
Yeah,
there. You got,
yeah,
Dom and JD can do tag stuff.
yeah,
You got the New Day and the War Raiders.
yeah,
They're almost forgotten piece of the puzzle. You got Los Americanos, Alpha Academy.
yeah.
They can do some stuff with them. I don't like that we're probably going to have six-man tag at Mania instead of a tag team match. So we'll probably get the Vision and ISO Speed against the Usos and LA Knight. But then maybe that's where LA Knight messes up and Jay turns heel.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I say it was probably a good thing to do. Give the Vision. Well, I don't know if there is the Vision, but give Logan Paul on Theory some gold, so they don't have to be like worried about Breaker and Reed at this very moment. So yeah, it's probably a good call.
I think we were almost right about Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. We were almost right.
Yeah. Now let's get to
I
that.
didn't expect Triple H throwing himself in there.
Now. I wasn't expecting Brock to come out all prepared to fight.
Full on gear.
Full gear, ready
Full
to
gear
fight.
at the Garden, man. People had to be excited to get that photo.
Yeah.
Um,
Then let me see. You got Oba. I don't know if it was just me, but when you see Oba, how he got into the ring, it looked like he was actually crying. He was like a little bit crying.
a little emotional about where he's at
Yeah,
right now, which is
yeah,
good.
yeah. And the OG turned on and asked me who he was. I said, he's a good guy. And I look at it like, don't look like he's about to cry because his eye was bloodshot red, not in a bad way, but you can just tell like, whew, it got to him. Being in the Garden, being in front of Brock Lesnar, it got to him.
Be at the Garden, man.
That's a dream
I
come
think
true.
if I ever got the opportunity to be at the Garden for a wrestling show, I bet you I'd cry.
Yeah. And,
As a fan in the crowd, I would cry. We got press credentials ever at the Garden. I would definitely cry. So I can only imagine as an in-ring talent how emotional that must be.
yeah, and that's why I was surprised he managed to keep going. But he kept going. The eyes was red, about to cry. That was emotional spirit. Now, emotional moment for him, but he managed to keep going, stay in character, and take down. Well, he didn't really take down Brock. Maybe the security guards. Then got fined by Adam Pearce for tossing him into the turnbuckle. But hey, it is what it is. But I like the fact how Oba just walked around the ring, teasing Brock Lesnar. He teased him. Was he gonna
Yeah.
get in the ring? Was he not gonna get in the ring? Then the face off. That was cool. Then you see somebody come flying in the ring. I'm like, who the heck is that? I'm like, oh, Triple H. Then Triple H, I'll say Triple H messed up the whole momentum. Like what? Like they can't touch you because you got that heart pacemaker inside you. So he's gonna jump in the middle, trying to stop them all, and say, wait till
Yeah, we didn't
Sunday at
need Hunter
Mania.
there. I mean,
Yeah,
Hunter just wanted to come out and get that Garden pop. That's it.
yeah,
I got a few questions for you, Joe.
okay.
First question. When it comes to pro wrestling ideas, do you feel like I have decent pro wrestling psychology? Not great. I'm not saying like I'm a creative genius, but kind of how a show should structure, maybe how a storyline should go, maybe a match structure, something like that. Like I have a lot of, I've watched a lot of wrestling. I like to think I have an okay IQ for wrestling psychology, but what do you think? I can't hear
8
Joe.
out of 10. Al,
There
can
we
you
go.
hear me now?
Yep, sure can.
If I had to say, I give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Like, if I had the pencil, I
Eight
could
out of 10.
probably book a decent wrestling program, right?
I say I say you can book it, but then when it comes down to the camera angle and the good shot and the promo, that might be a little difficult for you. But I
Production might
say,
be a little iffy. I could probably
yeah,
write an okay promo for some characters, maybe. But,
yeah.
like, the overall, like, hey,
So
I
yeah,
can
give it 8 out of
identify my North Star in a story and help kind of pull the strings to get the puppets there. No offense.
10. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'll give it a good 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 be not bad. 8 out of
I have another question for you.
10. Okay.
In your opinion, from a wrestling psychology standpoint, what's more important, the in-ring work or the character work? Saying they're equal is an option. You can say they're equal.
I would go in ring than character.
Okay.
In ring because you don't want to see people doing the same exact move over and over. You want to see somebody with a different style, different momentum in the ring. Now, as for the character, sometimes they ain't the greatest characters made, but they can pull it off. And sometimes with the right character, it could be a star, or hey, there's a lot of mid stars, mid characters that are perfectly fine being the mid character, and they can pull it off great.
So last week, there was a lot of conversation from very pro WWE people that Danhausen is a perfect example that character is more important than in-ring work because WWE is using him perfectly and Tony fumbled again. This is the narrative from a lot of Fed heads. That Danhausen is the perfect showcase of that, and that character matters more than the in-ring thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw that.
keep that in mind. Because I got another question for you. What's more important, the story or the match? Those two things walk kind of hand in hand, like the character or the in-ring work, but what's bigger, a storyline or a match?
Okay, I'll say storyline didn't match because
Storyline's
here's
a bigger
why.
deal?
Yeah, I'll say because you gotta think about it. Like a good storyline, having a good rival, like the American Dream and Ric Flair. We'll use that as a great example right there.
Austin and Rock.
Austin the Rock. And then another
Triple H and
one,
Mick Foley.
yeah,
Terry Funk and Mick Foley.
there we
Maybe.
go. So,
That was all based around the match, right?
yeah.
I get a little iffy, right? Because I will often
Mm-hmm.
say sometimes the only story we need is I'm better than you.
So yeah,
Sometimes.
I would definitely say
But if you can get a
storyline.
good match and a good story, ooh, that's special.
Yeah. So basically, we'll go with the storyline to why they are feuding, why they hate each other. You just can't just put. Sometimes you
A
put
lot of
two
people
people
feel
together.
that way, man. A lot of
Yeah.
people say the storyline is the important part.
Mm-hmm.
What happens between the ropes doesn't really matter that much. It's the
Mm-hmm.
storyline. I mean, Undertaker says it's more important to have a good character than to be a good wrestler. Taker has said that.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
ooh.
it's been the narrative since the day AEW started that it's not about doing all the great matches, right? It's all about the story, right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. You got the camera, y'all. This is it's about to go downhill, y'all.
Why then did Gunther attack Seth Rollins?
Okay.
Let me just say this. Before we even dig into this,
Okay.
I want to say this I want to say this very important sentence, and then I'll let you give me your thoughts.
Okay.
I believe Gunther is the absolute right opponent for Seth Rollins at the absolute wrong time.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Okay. See, part of me, when that happened, I was on the verge about to send you a text. But I'm like, wait, he fell asleep, so I don't want to ruin it for him right now.
I was asleep.
Okay. I didn't want to ruin it, so I let it be. So here's my thing. When you see it happening, he's medically cleared. Everybody, including myself, hey, you hear this crowd rumbling, you thinking it's Breaker. Yes, Breaker. I really thought that was Breaker. But then it's Gunther. Now, as it happening, my mind is like trying to figure out what they got in common. Why would it be Gunther? Why Gunther? So I could only think of two things. One, they're gonna start a feud with Gunther, Seth and Gunther, because technically they ain't got nobody. And two, Gunther needs an opponent at WrestleMania, and they're the only two people they got. So they put the two together. They're gonna start saying probably Monday why Gunther attacked Seth. Gunther probably gonna say that he has no vision, he doesn't need anybody, and he's worthless, and he's doing it on his own free will.
So, like,
I was confused, so I really don't know why they picked Gunther right
well,
now.
it makes no sense. Like, and I say this because I think Gunther versus Seth Rollins is absolutely a money match. I think Gunther versus Seth Rollins could be a big pay-per-view or PLE main event. It could even be a WrestleMania main event.
Mm-hmm.
But not right now.
Yeah.
Not in the context of what's currently happening in the landscape of WWE. It just doesn't make any sense. Gunther helping Heyman doesn't make sense because you're not going to put Gunther with the vision. Gunther doesn't need a manager. Gunther doesn't need to be aligned with a Logan Paul. Like, those elements don't make any sense. And also, because we're forgetting that Rock and Paul hated each other for 3 years, the guy Gunther should be facing is Brock Lesnar. That should be the match we're building toward for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you get there from this other than to do something else that's also stupid and doesn't make any sense. Because this is stupid and it doesn't make any sense. Now, people are going to go, well, you know, like 3 days before that, Bronson Reed posted a picture of Gunther. Like, okay, that's great. That's they told him to do that, to try and like have people connect. It doesn't make any sense. If you think it makes sense, you're clearly an idiot. Like, it's dumb as hell.
It don't make sense.
It's absolutely just lacks all. It's just throwing shit at the wall. Which, if it was just for the match's sake, cool. You could make that happen differently than having Gunther help Paul Heyman. Because since Gunther helped Paul Heyman, you now have to tell a story there. And there's not a story there. Story's got to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is barely an anecdote.
All I like to see is the only reason why I say Gunther took out Seth is because Seth took the belt off of him.
3 years ago? 4 years ago, maybe? 3 years ago.
Somewhere 3 years ago. And I say he probably just seeking his revenge because, you know, every time he wanted to get Seth, he was medically cleared. And now they're probably going to use this as He's medically cleared now. I'm ready to take you out for costing me the title. So that's the only thing I think of right now. They're using the secret revenge.
All in all, I think Raw. We also had the Punk end of the show. What do you got for that? What do you got to say? I actually still haven't watched the promo.
Okay. I'm going to say for that segment, the Roman and Punk. They made Roman look weak. They absolutely made Roman look weak. And if you look, I don't know if you've seen that or not, Punk was kind of struggling to pick him up and do the power bomb through the table.
I did see that.
He almost missed. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I seen that. He was struggling, and he almost missed the table. And that would have been terribly bad. But luckily, the table can break easily. And then you got to think about Roman with this. Roman know he could have got up before that even happened. Roman knows he could have took Punk out easily, but they just made Punk look like the bigger man.
Yeah.
And it would, I'm going to say, if I had to give it, it was better than the opening segment. That's best I can tell you. It was way better than the opening segment. It could have had a little more excitement to it without the whole security commentary getting in the way, typical stuff. But all in all, Punk, he wasn't physically ready to take on that role for that night. He was struggling. He looked kind of weak. And Roman basically just gave him a green pass. Said, here, take me out. I'll see you at Mania.
And all in all, I think Raw was average.
Yeah, it was average.
What I think won't be average, though, I don't think AEW Dynamite is going to be average.
Ooh, speaking of which, I got to tell you about this.
I'm going to hit you with a few things real quick about Dynamite tonight. Because we're going to get into what I think is the bigger story. We have Trios Action. Jack Perry's going to team with Brody King and Kenny Omega to take on the Demand.
Ooh, that right there. I'm worried about that match.
Why are you worried about that match?
You got 4 people, well, 6 men, but only 4 of them are the good guys, and 2 of them are the bad guys as of right now. Brody King and Ricochet.
Brody King's a good guy. Brody King's a babyface.
He's a babyface. But he
shouldn't be, but he is.
But also, you got to think what's going on in the world right now with Ricochet with the Twitter and Brody King being the Team Ice.
Well, he's the F-Ice guy. But, I mean, this is in Canada.
Yeah. Them 2 will get booed the most.
No way. No way. Brody King is going to get cheered anywhere he goes. Ricochet, I think he's going to get booed like he would normally. I honestly think the whole Ricochet thing is already blown over. I may have overreacted about it because I don't think anybody cares anymore. He apologized. He did the right thing.
Yeah. I think them 2 are going to get booed the most.
Yeah. I don't believe Brody King gets booed at all anywhere. No way. I mean, you can even go to a red state. I still don't think they're not booing. We then have Will Ospreay versus Pac.
When did Pac come back? I'm lost. I thought Pac was out.
No, Pac's been back for a few weeks now. Right? And him and Will Ospreay are going to have a great match. He's going to work his way through the Death Riders so he can get the Mox, which should be coming up the next pay-per-view, which is April 12th, I think. So that's soon.
15. Yeah, 15.
And then we have, I don't know where this will fall in the segments. I haven't seen the whole card. I'll look at the whole card to see if I missed anything. But we're going to have a contract signing between Kenny Omega and MJF. And if there's any physicality between these two, the match is called off.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny's hometown.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Joe, it's somebody else's hometown.
On Dynamite.
It's Chris Jericho's hometown.
Oh. That's wait a minute. Yeah.
I think Jericho is returning tonight, Joe. And I think Chris Jericho is going to name himself special guest referee between Kenny Omega and MJF at the next. What's the next pay-per-view? What is it? Dynasty? Wrestle Dynasty? Dynasty?
Dynasty.
I think Chris Jericho is going to tell everyone he's the cornerstone of AEW. He was the first big national name signed to the company, and he's the only Dynasty in AEW. And he's going to be the guest referee or guest enforcer, whatever. And then whoever wins is going to face Chris Jericho because part of him that gets him a title shot.
Double or nothing.
Right.
Double or nothing. It'll be definitely a double or nothing.
I think Jericho returns in Winnipeg.
Okay.
What do you think? You agree? Am I right? Am I wrong?
It all depends on where Fozzy at right now. He'll be there.
Because there's stories going around. The belief is Jericho is going to return to AEW now. So all the know-all be-alls who said he's definitely going to be at the Rumble. Oh, he's going to be at Saturday night's main event. And he's going to, and I kept saying, I don't think so. And everybody called me crazy.
I'll say this.
I am crazy.
You're crazy.
But it ain't for that.
But I'll say this. I wouldn't believe it just yet because they did it on April 1st. So I'll wait for tomorrow to be double confirmed.
I think it comes back. I think tonight's the night. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they could do a farewell tour for Jericho and AEW too. I don't think it has to be WWE.
Yeah, I think anybody would give him a farewell tour. Like he's been in like every single promotion you could think of. Well,
yeah, I mean he is the cornerstone of AEW. That is true. He was the first like nationally known guy. There's a reason he got the belt.
Yeah, but I'll definitely say if he comes back tonight, great. But I'll say if I had to do it right, I think MJF going to use his mic skills and try to talk Omega into hitting them right there, then the contract signing. Because that's what MJF does. He good at his mic skills. He good at making you mad, making you get furious and want to jump up and punch him or grab a chair, anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to do.
At this point, who wins? Do you think Kenny Omega beats MJF?
Nope.
No.
Nah. I really believe this is MJF year. He gonna go on holding that belt to the rest of the year. This the year.
MJF as world champion has made AEW has been a piece of AEW being the hot product again.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he gonna go through everybody all year long. I'm gonna say the only way he drops that belt if he gets injured. So I'm saying MJF's gonna have that belt probably to the end of this year. Or maybe going into next year. Well, I say he got going into next year. We'll say that. I'll say that. Going into next year, he's gonna hold that belt. He's gonna be I don't know who had the belt the longest, but we'll say MJF be the one to hold that belt the longest. And if I had to do it right, he's gonna go through all your favorites from Omega to Swerve to probably even Ospreay, to even Kyle Fletcher if he's injured, if he's not injured, and even we can't do Hangman no more. Even Darby, if they put Darby back in the picture, he's gonna go on, hold that belt long. He's gonna be undefeated. If I did it right, I'll make him the longest championship reign in AEW that nobody can ever beat. Just like they did with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. 434 days, 13, 16. That'd be great. Hulk Hogan, but we got the longest, 14 something. But that's what I would do.
That's it, man. That's what I got for the show. I think Dynamite has potential to be pretty damn good because we don't got much announced. So there's room to do some good fill-in stuff. I'd imagine we would see something involving Kyle Fletcher to let us know how he's doing. I've not heard anything. I have no idea if Kyle Fletcher is out, what his injury status is. I don't know if we need to make changes to our fantasy team. Gilroy Originals has joined us live on Instagram. Gilroy Originals has some of the best T-shirt designs I've ever seen. Far better than anything Don't Say the F Word has on our purchase site. So go buy a shirt from Gilroy Originals. For real.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All I got to say is this week in wrestling history, it's been 18 years since, the original Ric Flair retired at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels. Been 18 years.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think about that, been 18 years.
That is crazy. That was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
We're getting old, Joe. We are getting old.
I know. That's why when I had to look at it, when I read that, I'm like, that was 18 years ago. Crazy.
We'll be back this weekend. We'll cover the weekend wrestling. I think Dynamite will do a good show. I'm iffy on SmackDown, to be honest with you. Not holding my breath for a great SmackDown. But Collision is can't miss TV, man. You got to watch Collision every week. Got to watch that live.
See, this one, before we go, I got to say this. A show that comes on Saturday on a bad time slot does better than the rest of the three shows. It's kind of sad to say that a Saturday show can do better than a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show. And you want to include Thursday, but hey, if you want to do that. But hey.
And Ring of Honor is good, too. I encourage everybody to check out Ring of Honor. It's different. It just visually looks so much different because it's studio wrestling.
Studio wrestling.
It is, man. It's just the hair is so bright. I really like the studio vibe, man. I really want to go to Jacksonville and catch a show live.
Go. They be all the time in Jacksonville. It's
stay with
about
your parents.
20 minutes from my parents' house.
There you go, man. Next time you go, you gotta go to the show. Then you go to see your parents. You gotta go.
Okay. I'll go to the show. Definitely will.
All right, everyone. We'll be back this weekend. Keep moving forward. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.